Here is a testimonial for the highest paid part-time job in the world from Katrina Alexander.
So I'm approaching 3 years in this academy. All of my accounts have increased trading, investments, business, and personal accounts. This academy can produce results in all areas of your life when you do the work. Yes, you have to work on your psychology and mindset to get the results.
Weekend Stock Market Talk for April 21st, 2024. Now, looking at S&P 500 index seasonality, the month of April was supposed to be a very, very bullish month. However, we have not really seen that as of yet. We're going to talk about it a little bit later when we get into the charts. So what we're going to look for in the month of May, which is going to be coming in about 2 weeks, is to see how we exit April and then how we go into the month of May. And I think earnings over the next 2 weeks is going to really determine how we leave the month of April and how we start to approach the month of May. Looking at the economic calendar for this week, on Monday, there's not anything scheduled. On Tuesday, we're going to get new home sales. On Wednesday, we're going to get durable good orders. On Thursday, we're going to get GDP. We're also going to get jobless claims. That comes every Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to get PCE. So we're leading into PCE. We also have FOMC the week after. So I think this is going to be a really, really important week for economic data. Now, looking at the earnings for this week, extremely robust week. We talked about this week and next week are going to be two of our biggest weeks for earnings. Essentially, everybody's getting ready to report this week. So you can just pick something out, determine what you're going to focus on. But we know Tuesday after close, Tesla's going to be really, really important. But also UPS Tuesday before open, Spotify, PepsiCo. Wednesday, we know we're going to get Facebook. We're going to get IBM. We're going to get Ford. We're going to get CMG. Before open Wednesday, we're going to get Boeing, we're going to get AT&T, we're going to get General Dynamics, we're going to get ODFL, Old Dominion Freight Lines. Then Thursday after close, we know we're going to get Microsoft, Alphabet, Intel, Snap, Roku, Western Digital. Thursday before open, World Caribbean, American Airlines, Altria, Caterpillar, Southwest. Then Friday, we're going to get our energy providers. This is a really, really big week for earnings, and we want to try to determine based on guidance, based on where we think they're guiding us, where do we think the market is going to go for the month of May as we get ready to get out of this week of earnings? Okay, so looking at the SPY, we see that we rejected around that 502, 500 level. We've fallen under that. The next level I have plotted out is like a 492 level. What I want to see is, do we hit that level, bounce off of it, and go back towards 500? Or do we continue to fall under that going towards a 478? In my opinion, we're in a very short-term bearish trend. I'm still going to observe. Are we going to continue to reject these other support levels because of this week's earnings and guidance going into the month of May? We're under the 50-day moving average. We still got a good ways to go before we get towards a 200-day moving average. So we did not bounce off the 50-day. We fell under it. Do we keep falling through our other support levels because of how these particular companies are going to guide out for the future? Looking at the same thing for the Qs, really, really strong rejection under the 50-day and under that 438 support level, going towards 411. This week, we're going to have some really, really important tech earnings. Do we bounce off that level, or do we continue to reject under that 411 and start moving towards that 200-day support? That's going to probably be around the 400 level by the time we get there, if we do get there. So again, short-term bearish trend. The market is still up on the year, but the last few days have been very, very bearish. A lot of aggressive selling. There might be some indicators that the market is maybe topped out a little bit. People going to start looking to take profit as they start getting ready to build back up after we get out of the summer. But we got to kind of see how it plays out, right? So the bearish trend for this year hasn't held up yet because we were bullish. We're now in a little bit of a bearish short-term trend. Again, I'm going to continue to observe based on these next 2 weeks of earnings. How does the market guide? That can kind of determine what it looks like once we come out of the month of April, because also stock buybacks were suspended for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Once companies go back into buying their own stock, it can provide a lot of support for a lot of these particular companies, because we understand that a lot of what has been driving up a lot of these share prices is companies buying back their own stock. Hope you got some value from it. Talk to you later.